Come and get it.
Hey, what's going on guys? EK Drifter 458 here and welcome back to Forza 5 Face Off. This is a series where you guys ask me in the comments two cars that are real life rivalries or two cars that would be interesting to see going head to head, and I do all different tests in Forza 5 for them. So yeah, the two cars that you guys have requested today among a sea of cars that you have requested, this is the top one that has been. It is the Ariel V8 500 versus the KTM X-Bow R or the X-Bow R, whichever way you want to call it. So without further ado, we're going to jump straight into it with the handling test. So handling, this is going to be pretty interesting with these cars because they are actually track focused cars, as you all know, as I've mentioned. It's the KTM first, so I really like this for handling wise. I really do. It's an amazing little car, but as I've mentioned in quite a lot of my videos and Field Race have mentioned, it gets quite tail happy. For what it is, it's actually pretty surprising that it does that, because you would expect it to be very grippy. Whoa, there we go, that proves my point. It really likes to kick its tail out, seriously. For straight line speed, it's not as impressive as, let's say, the Atom, as you're going to find out in a minute. Trust me, it's wicked. But for more focused drivers that just want to pound down a lap, I would say this is better because I'll show you it in cockpit view. This cockpit view, in my opinion, is more driver focused. The Atom's more about flair and style and how you can see every individual thing working. But you can see the tyres turning just as you can in the Atom. Oh my god, it is very good, guys. Absolutely really good. You can see the independent front suspension just moving away there. I'll try and get you a better camera for it. There we go, that's it there at the front. Bloody brilliant. Let's see if we can turn it into this corner. As you can see, I normally drive with the driver line on, but since this is a very special episode, I like to do these episodes with the driver line off just to make it look more dramatic. But yeah, the car has got around about 295 horsepower, and oh my god, it is very good. Now, as I mentioned, the acceleration isn't as impressive as the Atom, obviously, because the Atom's got around about 495 horsepower, or 485 I believe it is, even though it's called the Ariel Atom 500 V8, or V8 500, it doesn't have 500 horsepower, so it's a typical car manufacturers, they just lie about the stuff. But yeah, we're coming down to the final few corners of Spa here, which I'm going to use as my handling track in all these videos. I might switch it up now and again, but this is going to be the main one. I love the cockpit of this car, it's absolutely brilliant, as I mentioned. Brake. The brakes are very good on this little thing, very good. There we go. Bit of the tail happy side there. But anyway guys, so we're going to be moving on to the Ariel Atom V8 500, so here it is. So we're now in the Ariel Atom V8 500, and can I just say straight from the get-go, just look at the thing, it's absolutely incredible. There's no other car like this on the road. It kind of looks like a mini shell-less Formula 1 car, so yeah, I'll let you hear it. So yeah, this thing accelerates like there's no tomorrow, seriously. It's absolutely crazy compared to the KTM X-Bow, or X-Bow, whatever you want to call it. And yet again, we're on Spa, testing out the handling for this thing, and my god, it's literally like a racer go-kart. It's amazing. Coming down to Eau Rouge now, oh my god, whoa. This is the great thing about the Atom, you can actually see where the apex is. Thanks to the tyres, you can just point the tyres in the correct direction and you're there. It's absolutely amazing. I'll let you see it in cockpit view. Now, as I said, the KTM one has more of a track day feel, but the Atom, I would have to say, It's more like a race car. It's just bare to the strip minimum. But to be honest, with a track day car, you want some comforts as well. You want some comforts. But with this, it is amazingly better. You don't get a CD, you don't get a radio, you don't get anything like that. I don't believe you even get airbags, which is kind of bad, especially in a track day car. So I'll let you hear it again. Just the brakes in this thing are absolutely ferocious. It's the same with the KTM, but this just bites like it's just biting into meat, seriously. Absolutely amazing. Now, if you guys haven't got Forza 5 yet, or the Xbox One, or you're getting it at Christmas, seriously, the first car you need to drive is the Atom V8. It's very, very impressive. Oh my god. Whoa! That's the other thing I'm going to be getting onto next, is drifting. But this thing really likes to drift. But I'll talk to you about that in greater length when we get to the drifting part. Last few corners here, we're just going to let it rip down these straights. Top speed in this thing is around about 175 miles an hour. In real life, don't know what it is in this. I think it is the same. But my god, this is a great handling car. Absolutely amazing. Brake, brake, brake. Down into second. Corners here. Slight drift on the other side. So anyway guys, we are going to be moving over to drifting. So guys, we are back at Circuit de Catalonia for drifting. Now, I know a lot of you will be like, wait a minute AK, these two cars aren't actually made for drifting. Yeah, I agree with you, they are track day cars, they're more focused on grip. But these two in particular, in Forza 5, can drift like absolute beasts. I do not know why this is, but the KTM, for God's sake, the KTM X-Bow is actually quite a surprise, because it is surprisingly quite a heavy car for a track day car, and yet it still drifts really, really well. Don't know how that manages to happen, because in one of the Top Gear episodes where Jeremy, Richard and James took track day cars to Donington Racetrack in the UK, Jeremy says that the KTM X-Bow was very grippy. So I don't know why it's very tail happy in Forza 5, but yeah, if you want a good drift car, which is also relatively light and very controllable, get this thing. It's absolutely incredible. But the one thing I've got to tell you about the KTM X-Bow is that it has the exact same problem with the Atom, and that is that it is quite grippy at the same time, but it understeers a tiny bit. So you kind of need to do like a clutch handbrake for drifting. So yeah, it's not actually that bad once you think about it, once you get used to it. So I think we're going to move over to the Atom now. For drifting, I would give the KTM X-Bow, I think I'm going to be quite generous. I'm going to give it, for like first time drifters, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It's really, really good. So we're moving over to the Atom now. So guys, we now jump ship to the Atom. So straight off the bat, this thing is insanely powerful, as I told you when we were doing the handling test. And that is all the better, because compared to the X-Bow or Crossbow, this thing drifts so much better. But the problem with it is that despite the very, very lightweightness of it, I think it's only 500 kilograms in real life, maybe a wee bit heavier, I'm not too sure. It actually feels quite heavy in this game. I don't know why, because the KTM X-Bow, it feels quite light compared to this, if you know what I mean. But I don't know if it's just the actual grip of this thing, and when you're turning the steering wheel, it makes it feel very, very heavy. I do not know why that is. Drive it for yourself, but it's the exact same problem as the KTM Crossbow. Understeer. This is probably the worst thing for the Atom. It understeers pretty badly if you're doing circuit racing, but if you're drifting, all you need to do is rip that e-brake or handbrake, and you're drifting straight away. As you can see in this replay here, absolutely insane. About 475 horsepower, around about that, to play with for drifting. Perfect amount. And yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Yeah, I'll just try to think of another thing to say on this thing. when you are drifting it, be very, very careful because it is very twitchy, and as I said, because it has a lot of power, you need to be very careful. So yeah, for drifting, I would give the Atom a 9.5 out of 10. So yeah, we're moving over to the big one, guys. It is the circuit racing. So this is going to be 1 lap around Top Gear test track, so enjoy.
Like a phoenix, born from the ashes. I take care of my own. Torn down where assassin. You can't suffocate my spirit, 'cause I'm the king of my own throne, my own throne. King of my own throne, my own throne. You'll never see me fall, fall. You'll never see me fall. Watch me rain, and I'll slay them all. Slay them all, slay them all. You'll never see me rain, and I'll slay them all. Slay them all, slay them all, slay them all. You'll never see the king of my own throne, my own throne. King of my own throne. Born from the ashes, 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 born from the. You can't suffocate my spirit, 'cause I'm the king of my own throne, throne, oh, oh, oh. King of my own throne, my own throne. You'll never see me fall, fall. You'll never see me fall. Watch me rain.
So the lap time for the KTM X-Bow R is as follows. It is 1 minute 18.712. So that is quite a quick time. It's quite an impressive time, but that is nothing compared to the winner, which is the Ariel Atom V8 with a 1 minute 14.552. That's nearly 4 seconds. I think it is actually over 4 seconds faster than the KTM X-Bow R. It is insane, absolutely insane, guys. So yeah, if you enjoyed this week's, I was about to say GTA 5 episode there, but that's not it. If you enjoyed this week's Forza 5 face-off, then please do leave it a like, comment, share and subscribe. Leave in the comments down below a pairing that you would like to see me do. And just to tell you, Forza 5 face-off will be coming every 2 weeks now. I've been feeling it kind of hard to try and get it made within 1 week, so it's going to be every 2 weeks now, and I think that's actually okay. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed it, then I will see you later, and peace.